Wilbur already knew that he was going to be there. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Thimble Carats. I am a part rabbit, part skunk furry artist. I primarily sculpt, but for the month of July, I do a lot of digital art. There is an event happening all month long for July called Art Fight that I've been participating in for the last several years. I believe it's been 4 or 5. If you're not familiar with Art Fight, it is a competition / event where there are 2 teams, and this year we have Team Stardust, the team that I'm on, and Team Seafoam. And what we do is we draw each other's characters to earn points for our team, and whichever team has the most points at the end wins. You can attack your own team if you want for like a friendly fire, but you just don't get as many points. And if someone draws one of your characters and you draw theirs back, that is called a revenge. For this drawing, I have chosen to draw 2 characters from the same owner. This is actually someone who follows me, and I do try to prioritize anyone following me in drawing their character. I do try to also challenge myself as well, staying on theme for things that I enjoy drawing, but also maybe something that I haven't drawn recently or in a long time, or maybe something that I struggle with, so that I can hopefully grow even just a little bit drawing by drawing. In this scene, we have Wilbur, and that was my main focus for this piece. I saw Wilbur and got very excited about their design. I'm always a big fan of like large ears or like elf ears, that kind of thing. This is, part human, part animal, so huge fan of that as well. And then we also have Elis, the tusked unicorn. That's who I'm working on right this moment in the time lapse. So a little bit about Wilbur that will also better help explain why I chose to draw what I did. So Wilbur is 26 male. He's a 5-foot satyr. They're an albino satyr who lives in a small secluded cave in a magical forest. He prefers to keep to himself, but if you seek him out, he will make you a cup of tea and tell you your future. I love tea time, so that's actually what I ended up calling this one, was tea time. I love the concept of tea, so as soon as they said that and I already liked the character, I'm like, oh, forest vibes, tea, plants. I'm just like, heck yeah. But I needed to have someone invited for the tea party. And so I go, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and invite one of their other characters and have them be included in this drawing. And so that's where I went ahead and got Elis as well. Oh, I forgot to mention, their owner is princeslimey. I really liked this character's design, and then the other thing is that all of the accessories that this character had, I absolutely loved. They had like braided hair and some beads in their hair and some earrings and a ring and bracelets and gosh, even like an anklet, and they had rings on their tail. I wanted to draw green tea. I hope it came across that way. And I liked the idea of them using a stump as a table. Originally, I was gonna go with a stump that still had the roots, like the tree had just been chopped down and then that was used as a table. They didn't pull it out of the ground or anything, so it still had its roots in the ground. But they're in a cave, and that doesn't make very much sense to have a tree growing in a cave. So I just opted to maybe have something that looked kind of like a moss rug, and then the tree trunk, the tree trunk there serving as a dining table, and then he has his nice tea set. I also, something that I didn't catch until later, and maybe this was just a design choice of the artist for the character as a whole, baby characters that they draw as a whole, but this character only had 3 fingers. I did not originally draw them with 3 fingers. I drew them with 4. Right there. I just corrected it.
Steps into it, passes, caught! Diggs! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
Because I don't know, I was doing something and then I was noticing that going, oh, shucks. But I fixed it. So that's the great thing. You could just keep making changes until you get the drawing how you want it. It was also a unique challenge to have the teacup in a position to where they were like properly holding it, like how I would imagine someone holding a teacup who would be pouring drinks. Yeah, I just love this idea that Elis would be like walking through the forest, and maybe there's like a light coming from the cave and it like draws him near, or he hears the clanking of dishes or something. And it's like Wilbur already knew that he was going to be there, and so he was already getting the tea ready for their tea party. So you just have Elis approaching the cave opening. I like the perspective of this. Oh, that was another thing that was an interesting challenge for me. There's a couple things on this one. So drawing males. I don't draw males very much. Drawing multiple characters, I don't do very often. I am such a creature of habit. I feel like I draw like a lot of the same things over and over and over. And so being able to participate in art fight and having that added, I guess you'd say pressure, it's like a good pressure to do these characters justice and actually make a scene that makes sense for them. And again, pushing myself outside my comfort zone when I'm drawing them and making a really awesome scene. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. Textures. Adding the textures for things. I feel okay with how the textures came out on this one. I did rely a little bit more on brushes to create textures than I typically like. I typically like to just like hand do everything for the most part. I did let the textures of the brush kind of do their thing a little bit on this one to kind of help speed the process up. I think it ended up okay. Some of the texture originally was just like so realistic. It was not matching the art. It wasn't matching like the whole vibe I had of the piece as a whole, but I think I got to make it a little bit more subdued. I also liked adding the little sun rays onto Elis. I feel like that really helped the kind of like that, you know, he's on the outside of the cave walking in vibe. And that's also why I put Wilbur more in the shadow, but I didn't want to make it too dark to where the character got lost. I think I ended up with a pretty reasonable compromise between the two. I also really like all the greenery that I added to it. I'm really looking forward to doing that more and adding more plants in as many drawings as I possibly can. I mean, obviously, as long as it makes sense. Now I'm like thinking about creating something really chaotic that doesn't make any sense for there to be plants, but I'll have all the plants taking over. I love the plants taking over. Perfect. Return to plant. Anyway, I hope all of you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. If you would like to see more, please consider subscribing. I'm going to be posting more of my art fight drawings, and I also will have plenty of sculpting videos for you to watch. And until next time, take care of each other. Bye.